Hey, this is Mike. Thank you so much for choosing this video. Today I'm in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, visiting Sparks Toyota, and I'm checking out a 2019 Toyota Tacoma in the TRD off-road package. Now this one has been upgraded to be very similar to the TRD Pro. This truck is sitting on 265/70 Nitto tires wrapped around 17-inch TRD alloy wheels in a matte black finish. It also has ventilated disc rotors here in the front and drum brakes in the back. The name of this color is Cavalry Blue. And this is something they had in previous years in the TRD Pro, but you can't get a TRD Pro in this color in 2019. So, taking an off-road package and turning it into a TRD is pretty neat. Okay, so you have the blacked out grille here in the front. It has the adaptive cruise control system with a sensor right here in the center of the grille. And the Toyota name is looks like a silver, metallic silver finish. Now the headlights are powered by halogen bulbs and a projector tube for your low beams and a reflector for your high beams, as well as your fog lights. Under the front is a skid plate, tow hook and tie downs here. Kind of hidden under here, but they're there. So looking at the profile, with this color, it makes all the black stand out. So of course you have the black wheels, the black fender wells, and the side steps, TRD side steps as well. Body colored handles and upper portion of the side mirror. And you notice it has the TRD off-road sticker on the back of the bed, which if you were to take that off, people may think this is a TRD Pro, the way it looks. The windows have been tinted here, but you also have a center pillar there that's blacked out as well, just kind of solidifying the glass. This is what the key looks like. It's a proximity key, and designed to where you can keep it in your pocket and use the vehicle pretty much 100%. It has a physical key on the inside here in case you need it. Lock and unlock and a panic button. Nice strong horn. So basically, as long as you have this key in your pocket, in a bag, as long as it's within a close proximity to the outside of this door, you can lock the door by placing your finger over the sensor. You can see there's indicated by these two little lines. To unlock it, you simply put your hand behind the handle. It senses your hand position and allows you access to the vehicle. As long as the key's on the outside of the door. It also has a physical key here. Now these features are on the driver's side only. Okay, so taking a look on the inside of the passenger side door, pretty much all black for the most part. You have some soft touch surface here and around your arm. It's kind of like a vinyl type material. Hard plastics are down here as well as up here. This is enclosed, so you can use it as a pocket, and then you have the larger pocket there at the bottom. Manually adjusted cloth seats here on the passenger side. So this one has the rubber floor mats, which are really nice, especially on an off-road type vehicle. This is definitely recommended, and they hook in place so they don't move around on you, and they fit in really snug and contour to the vehicle really nice. So the dash is hard touch here, soft there, and it has a lockable glove compartment. Has a handle here on the passenger side to help you get in the vehicle. Now the back door swings out quite wide, so you can use this space for cargo as well as passengers back here. So the inside of the back door is very similar to the front. Has the pockets, the soft touch surfaces around your arm, all that. And basically a bench seat, but it's a 60-40 split as far as your cargo space, and I'll show that in just a second. The back of the passenger side seat has a pocket on the back of it, and you have some cup holders that are accessible to the front and back passengers. A little bit of hump there in the center portion, rubber mats that go all the way across here in the back. So if you need some cargo space back here, you can flip these seats up and fold the back seats down. And when you do that, it adds to your cargo space. So it also gives you a flat surface to put some stuff. And also behind the seats, you have some cargo space as well, like a compartment behind both seats. So you can do this on one side or to add to your cargo space while still maintaining passenger space, or you could do both and just have a large cargo space back here. So looking at the back of the truck, it has a little shark fin antenna here at the very top. And then you have some cargo lights back here, little sliding glass as well. Tail lights are powered by halogen bulbs. And then you can see the blacked out emblems back here. You have the V6 that says Tacoma. Backup camera, slightly offset, unfortunately. There's your towing package with your 4- and 7-way outlets, which are above the bumper, which is nice. Portion of the bumper here is chrome in the back. Locking tailgate, which is assisted. And you have a composite bed. So it's like a hard plastic, very durable bed. And you know, completely rust proof and dent proof. It's that kind of thing. It has the tie downs on all 4 corners. You have your tie downs here as well as there in the front as well. And you have a cleat system right here, these rails, which you can basically attach a cleat and have a cargo tie down anywhere on that rail. You also have a power inverter back here, 400 watts. Little storage compartment. That's the thing about having a composite bed, you can kind of get creative with it. Fuel door is here on the driver's side. It has a traditional cap, tether, and you can hang the cap right through this so it gets out of the way. As long as the key's inside the vehicle, it could be in your pocket, in a bag or whatever, or just sitting in the cup holder. You just put your foot on the brake and hold it and push this button to start it. Here's the floorboard in front of the driver's seat. You can see the floor mat hooks in place, just like the passenger. Those are your accelerator and brake pedals. Large footrest there on the left side. So let's go ahead and take a look under the hood. To open the hood, there's a latch pretty much in the center here. Let's reach in, move it to the left. You can pretty much see it in there. Now the hood is heavy, so you have to be prepared for that, especially if you're doing it one-handed like me. It does require a prop to hold up the hood. There's the prop. Swing it up and it goes right next to that arrow. Okay, so taking a look at the engine compartment here, it does have some insulation on portions of the firewall, and it does have some seals around the hood a little bit. The under portion of the hood is bare metal, and it feels steel. It feels like a steel hood since it's so heavy. There's your battery that's easy to get to. And it has a manual fan, or a mechanical fan, sorry, not electric. And I think that might be a plus, at least in some context. Under that plastic cover is a 3.5 liter V6, 278 horsepower with 265 pound-feet of torque, paired to a 6-speed automatic transmission. Now this is a 4-wheel drive truck, as 4-wheel drive on demand. You also have a 2-speed transfer case, electronically controlled. The inside of the driver's side door is just like the other side, except for it has a few more buttons. So your power windows, the front 2 are automatic, 1 touch up and down. Pretty quick too. And there's your door lock controls. Your side mirrors are adjusted here. This little joystick, you just pick a side and you can adjust it. So manually adjusted seats here for the driver as well, but you have a lumbar adjustment. So they Usually the driver one-ups the passenger with a feature or two, so this is no exception. To the left is the steering column. For one thing, there's a button down here. This is to reset the tire pressure monitoring system. So let's say you have a tire pressure light on and you put air in it, then you just push that and it'll reset it all. Okay, so this is for your cargo light here. So you can turn it off, on, or with the door. And then this is for your power inverter back there. You can turn it on depending on what your needs. And then you have your automatic high beams, in which you can turn on or off there. It also has a tilt and a telescoping steering column. Kind of stiff to do the telescoping, but it has it. And you lock it in place here. So you release it and secure it. There's also a really handy little pocket here, and it goes in there quite a ways and has a rubber portion on the underside, on the bottom there, so you can take it out and clean it and put it back in. All right, so sitting in the driver's seat, checking it out. Now I have the seat all the way back. There's no height adjustment, but I have it all slid all the way back. And just to give you an idea of the legroom here, it is probably where I would have, I'm 6 feet tall, so this is probably where I would be, maybe slightly one notch forward. But pretty good, pretty comfortable. It has a good amount of leg room, and knee room and all that stuff. Okay, so it has a leather wrap steering wheel, perforated there on the sides, with a smooth portion at the bottom and top. It actually has that traditional leather texturing. So let's go ahead and start back here. This is where the cruise control is. So you push that button to turn it on, pull it down to set it, resume and cancel, pull it in to cancel. And then here is your adaptive cruise control. So this has your lane departure alert and the distance between you and the vehicle in front of you. On the left side is your volume for your radio, as well as changing through your audio tracks or presets on your radio, that kind of thing. Voice recognition mode, so this is your audio source, and then this is your Bluetooth controls here to answer and hang up. Now the voice recognition also is part of that, in which you can voice the person you want to call. This in your phone book, and it will allow you to call them while keeping your hands on the wheel, eyes on the road. So that's a good convenience and safety feature in my book. These buttons correspond with the screen between the gauges, which we'll get to in just a minute. Windshield wiper controls are here on the right side. Turn signals on the left, but you also have your headlight controls here. So you have your daytime running light off, daytime running light, parking, and then headlights. And then you have your fog lights controlled here. Okay, so here is the gauge cluster. So very simple, big dials on the outside with the RPMs, engine coolant temperature on the left, fuel gauge, and your speedometer on the right. But here in the very center is a information digital screen. Shows the outside temperature right now, your trip at the bottom, digital speedometer, distance to empty, and some of your safety features in green. You can show that's actually on. So using these buttons here, we're going to kind of scroll through this to give you an idea. So notice the icons here and this scroll bar here. So right now we're in this first icon, that I. So digital speedometer, scroll down, and we can get some more information in this particular icon. Scrolling to the right, digital compass. The next one is whatever your radio is doing. Right now it's turned off, but when I turn it on, you can see it shows what's playing. Scrolling to the right again, this is your adaptive cruise control, so it shows the bars representing the distance between you and the vehicle in front of you. Also your lane departure alert system as well, on or off. Alright, scrolling to the right again, any stored messages will show up here, and then once again is your settings, in which you can go in and adjust things. Scrolling to the right takes you back to the original I icon with the digital speedometer, which is pretty much the default screen in my book. Okay, so this is the touch screen, and it has some soft touch buttons around the outside. It does have a CD player, and you can see the quick access buttons here. Traditional volume knob, tuned through the stations as well. They kind of blend in with the gloss black. So the home button takes you to this screen, and this is a split between radio, phone, and navigation. So you can go directly to all those, any of those, just by pushing the buttons there. You can also see all the options here by pushing the apps button. So navigation, audio, phone, all that stuff. So let's start off with the navigation. So let's go ahead and zoom out. We're at Sparks Toyota here in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. So you can see the ocean, the shore, and all that stuff. You can also set a destination. You can save destinations, even your home address. Alright, let's go back to apps so you can see the audio. Or what I could do is just push this audio button here. So it doesn't matter where I'm at. Let's say I go here, we can push audio. We can push audio here as well. So as your presets here on the left side, and it shows what you're playing. You can also change the audio source, AM, FM, satellite radio, CD, USB auxiliary, and Bluetooth as well. And some of these are grayed out because they're not available, because you need something plugged in order for them to work. All right. This is pretty cool, the maintenance. So this is where you can keep track of all your maintenance records. When was the last time you changed the oil, changed the brake pads, windshield wipers, all that kind of stuff. Alright, so that's kind of a quick rundown of the screen. Down here, you can see your four-way flashers are here. Four-wheel drive controls are here. Now, part of this, like the crawl control, are in a different spot. I'll show you that in a second. But this is, you know, difference between two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive high, and four-wheel drive low. Now, four-wheel drive low is required for the crawl control and things like that. So just keep that in mind. You can't just use the terrain select or anything like that unless you have it in four-wheel drive low. So that's that right there. Alright, so heated side mirrors, you can turn those on. Okay, so your climate control is fairly simple. Has a fan speed, temperature, where you want the air to blow. Easy to use. Okay, so this is what controls the electronic. This is the electronically controlled transmission, ECT. And so if you push that on, this is going to emphasize the power to give you that extra power. So it's gearing down a little bit and more aggressive driving for off-road. This is for your power sliding rear glass. We'll get to that in just a minute. And your USB and auxiliary inputs are here. You also have a wireless charger. So when you turn that on, it'll activate your wireless charger down here, which is nice. 12-volt power supply. And there's your storage space, but also it has your wireless charger. You just lay your phone there. It can be in a case, and it'll still charge. Very convenient. Has to lay flat. You can't have anything in the way as long as it's laying there flat, and a case is fine, but anything else would cause it not to charge. And you can also put anything you want in there. You can put keys, you could put change, whatever. If you're not using the wireless charger, it's not going to cause any problem. So don't be afraid of it. It's not going to shock you or anything like that. Okay, so there's cup holders with these little articulating arms. Handbrake, parking brake. So here's your shifter. Put it in reverse. You can see the backup camera. It has static guidelines, and the camera is slightly offset, so it has a center line showing you where that is. Neutral, drive, and then you have a standard mode in which you can change through the gears manually, and it'll show what gear you're in up here on the screen. So you can downshift if you need to. Get some engine braking. So you have some more cup holders here, a little storage space. So the armrest, you remember these cup holders, they're accessible to the front passengers as well as the back, kind of in the center position. The armrest is here, kind of soft to the touch. It does bottom out rather quickly, but it is soft. I think it's might be big enough to share with the passenger. lifts up, and it doesn't fall down, kind of springy, lifting up. And there's your storage space. And it'd be nice if they had something light, like, see, it has this felt lining at the bottom. And if this was like a different color, a light color, then it might help seeing in here, because it is kind of dark, it's hard to see. And there is, so there, I turned the night vision on the camera so you can see it. There's 2 USB ports for charging only in this compartment. So having it all dark and black, it's kind of hard to see. So if in broad daylight you need night vision to see in there, that may be an issue. Just a little hint to the manufacturers as far as maybe adding a light or brighter colors or something like that. There's also a place for wires to go in and out of this compartment as well. Rear view mirror is an auto dim rear view mirror in which you can turn that feature on or off here. It's actually auto dimming right now because I have a shade over the light sensor. Light sensor's right back here. Okay, so these are the controls, the multi-terrain select and the crawl control, in which you can adjust here, but you do have to have it in 4-wheel drive low for these features to work. Locking rear differentials here, and then you have your traction control. In case you want to spin tires or off-road condition, you can turn that off. You have some tap lights. All your interior lights turn on with the door if you have it in the center position, off, or you can have them all on, like so. The visor has mirror and lights, little clip here. It slides out. That's it. It's kind of like a cloth material. Okay, so let's look at the visibility and the sliding rear glass. Okay, so I have, you see that one headrest is in the way, the other one's not, just to give you an idea, because they do fold down or removable, so that way if you don't have any passengers back there, you can add to your visibility by taking it out of the way. Time for the sliding glass, power glass. Pretty cool and fast, but the visibility, I mean, it's not so bad. I mean, looking over my shoulder, I can see fine. Kind of the way the camera position makes it look like it's not all that great. I think it's probably because of where the camera is in relationship to where my seat is. But it's, for a truck, I think it's fine. All right, so there you have it. This is a customized truck. Sparks Toyota is, for the most part, in the past, they mostly customized for customers, but now they're gonna keep some in stock. So this is one of the vehicles that they've customized to make more like a TRD Pro, but easier to get, and also the price is, you know, at a good price as well. So thank you for watching. Thank you to Sparks Toyota for allowing me to show off this truck, and I'll see you guys next time.